Hello, my name is Kat, and this is my last reading vlog of 2018. Today is Thursday, it is December 20th, and I'm currently 9 books short of my Goodreads goal for the year. My goal is 52 books, and I finished 43 books, so 9 books in 11 days. That's that's fine. It's fine. I mean, I might be able to do it. Like, it wouldn't be unreasonable. You know, it's just like a book a day. And I love reading books in a single day. That's how I read most books. I just have never read a book a day consecutively for more than like 3 days. I don't know. I might be able to do it, but I'm not gonna push myself too hard because I don't actually care that much about hitting my Goodreads goal. I care enough to try, but not enough to, force myself and, make myself miserable this last week of the year by just cramming as many books as possible into it. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. As for a TBR, the first thing on my reading agenda is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. This is the Booksplosion Book of the Month pick for December. We're working with Random House on this one, and I am so excited about this because I love Brandon Sanderson. He is one of my favorite authors. I think he is a brilliant storyteller, and I have loved every book by him I've ever read. So I'm so excited to read this. And I've actually already started this book, just barely though. I've read 50 pages, just the introduction, the setup chapters. I really like our main character, Spensa. She's really feisty, and not sassy comeback feisty, but more feral Gryffindor feisty. So I'm into that. She's about to start class at the pilot training academy. She's gonna learn how to fly, and I'm really excited to see how it all goes. And I'm gonna find out how it all goes today, because the live show discussion is tomorrow. It's 500 pages, so I'm not too worried. I can manage that. After I finish this, I do have a couple books already in mind for what I want to read next, but I think I'm gonna wait to tell you. I kind of want to choose my TBR as I go, so I actually stick to it. But yeah, first on the agenda is gonna be Skyward, so let's get into this. Hey! Update, not sure exactly what time it is, but it's dark outside now, so it could be real late, it could be 4 p.m., who knows. Anyways, I have just been sitting here reading all evening, and I've made good progress. I'm halfway through Skyward, almost halfway through. I'm on page, I finished that chapter. 2:30, and I am so into this. Maybe it's because I just sat here for 4 hours straight reading, but I am so immersed in this world, and I'm just so invested. I love Pilot Academy. It's so much fun. Also kind of brutal. I'm kind of getting some Divergent vibes, because we have this group of new recruits, and they're in this training program, which is kind of brutal. Some people are dying and quitting, and not everyone who started in the class makes it through to the end. And there's also a lot of discussion and themes surrounding bravery and cowardice and what it means to be courageous. Did I not tell you guys the premise of this book? Okay, let me tell you what this is about. Let's put the dust jacket back on for optics. So this is the first book in a sci-fi series. I think it's a trilogy. We follow a teenage girl named Spensa who lives on this planet that is under constant alien attack. Humanity has been driven underground in these caverns, but they're still able to scavenge together ships, and they have pilots that will go out and battle the alien forces in the sky and keep them at bay. Because pilots are their last line of defense, being a pilot is a very prestigious thing. They are very respected in society. And Spensa really wants to be a pilot. That is her dream. That is all she wants, and it fuels her. But Spensa's father was a pilot who abandoned his flight in the middle of a battle and was branded a coward. So because of her father's legacy, nobody really trusts her. And she has a lot working against her, but a lot that she wants to prove. And yeah, again, I am just loving this. It is so much fun. I adore the world building, and like, it's not exactly a magic system because we're like flying ships and there's like technology, it's science, not magic. But it feels a little like a magic system, and Brandon Sanderson is amazing at magic systems, or speculative systems. Well, I don't know what to call it. Anyways, I'm gonna take a bit of a reading break, maybe listen to my audiobook while I make dinner. Oh yeah, I'm reading another book right now. I should tell you about that. So I'm currently doing a Harry Potter series reread, but I'm listening to all of the audiobooks this time around. I'm on book 3, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, and I'm about halfway through, so I can definitely finish this in the next few days here. And I am very happy with my decision to reread Harry Potter. Like, this series is so good, and the audiobooks are fantastic. Jim Dale's narration is just, it's wonderful. And I haven't reread the Harry Potter books in such a long time. Like, I haven't done a full series reread in probably close to 10 years. Like, I definitely haven't done one since I've been on YouTube, and that was 2011. So yeah, it's been a while. This is very overdue, but I am really, really enjoying it. Like, I love this series. I love it so much. Time to eat. I'm excited about that. And I'm excited to listen to Harry Potter. And I'm excited to read more Skyward tonight. I'm having a great night.
It also meant that the burden of winning fell largely on Harry, because capturing the snitch was worth 150 points.
Hi, good morning. Today is Friday. It is December 21st. The Skyward live show is happening later today, and I still have like 200 pages to go. I'm on part 4. It's only like 10 a.m. right now, so I'm not really worried. The live show's not till 4 o'clock my time, but I really should get to reading, so let's do that. Let's finish the book. Okay. So I just sat here and read for a couple hours, and I have like 100 pages left, and I kind of don't want to read them. Only because I just don't want the book to end. Like, I am really enjoying this. I love being in flight school, like at the academy, and I'm nervous about what's gonna happen here because I feel like it's not gonna be fun flight school shenanigans. It's gonna be like a big battle, and I'm scared. But I think I'm gonna take a break right now and eat some lunch, maybe listen to a little more Prisoner of Azkaban while I do that, and then we'll finish the book. Don't worry, I know what page I'm on. Do I? Yeah, I do. It's 394. Hello, it's a little bit later in the afternoon. As you can see, I have finished getting ready for the day. Afternoon, evening. And I have also finished Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, just in time for the live show. I loved this book. Like, it was so good. It's definitely one of my favorites of the year. Like, top 10 for sure. Maybe even top 5, but I'm not sure about that. I have to like look at a list of everything I've read this year and reassess. But yeah, it is almost time for the Booksplosion live show discussion for this book, and I'm really looking forward to that. Like, I'm so excited to discuss all the things. By the time you see this video, the live show has obviously already happened, so I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. The end of the year Booksplosion live show is always one of my favorite live shows because we get to like reflect on everything we read throughout the year and like rank our favorites and stuff. So yeah, it should be a good live show. And again, it's linked below if you want to check that out. Here's our beautiful display of all the Booksplosion books of the year. You guys ready for the show?
Yeah!
This is the greatest show!
It's our last show of the year!
I'm excited. This is my favorite show.
Yeah, it's a fun one. It's a fun one. All right, the Booksplosion live show is done. It was so much fun. It's a great time chatting about Skyward and also talking about all the books we read throughout the year. Now, I'm going to clean up a little bit in here because like it's kind of messy. All the Booksplosion books of this year need to go back on the shelf, you can see like the gaps where they live. A book lives there, and there, and there. And I'm missing one from the stack. Actually, let's just... Okay, and now I think I'm gonna make some dinner. Maybe listen to a bit more of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I might actually paint my nails while I listen, because like, it's time to freshen these puppies up. Puppies. I want a puppy really bad, actually. I'm not sure if I'm gonna start a new book tonight. Like, I might just try to make some progress on Prisoner of Azkaban. But if I don't end up starting another book tonight, then I will definitely start one tomorrow morning. So, I'll see you then. Good morning. Morning? It's 12:16. Good afternoon. This is what my bangs look like today. So, that's great. Anyways, so today's update is that I finished Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, my audiobook reread. It was so good. Like, I forgot how good these books are. You know, I didn't get that same, like, magical feeling that I got when I first read this series when I was, 11, but I'm a lot more knowledgeable about storytelling and writing craft now. So as I reread these books, I have such an appreciation for how masterful they are in terms of craft. Like just the way the books build on each other to like flesh out the series. And the way the mysteries are written and woven together is just like brilliant, especially coming out of Crimes of Grindelwald, which I was not impressed with. Like, I thought the storytelling was kind of a mess and the mystery wasn't done well. And then reading Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban, I'm just like, no, J.K. Rowling can write a really good mystery. Just maybe she should stick to novels instead of screenplays. I just don't think movies have the room for her to like really weave the complexities of the mysteries she likes to write. Anyways, after finishing Prisoner of Azkaban, I made a bad decision. I mean, at first, I was trying to be smart about it, and I was like, I can't start Goblet of Fire right now. It is gigantic and I'm on a time crunch. I'm trying to read like 8 books in 8 days. I don't have time for something that big. But then I like couldn't choose a different audiobook to start because I was still in such a Harry Potter mood and I just wanted to listen to Goblet of Fire next. So I did some math about how long it would take me to complete this audiobook, listening to it at faster speeds. Like, do I need to listen at 1.5 speed? Do I need to listen at double speed? And I was like, I can manage this. Like, if I listen to Goblet of Fire for 2 to 3 hours a day for the next week, I can finish the book. So it's not the smartest decision I ever made, but it's not the dumbest, so victory. And I'm listening to the audiobook, but I grabbed the hardcover off my shelf just to show you guys like how big it is. 734 pages. The audiobook is like 21 hours, but if I listen at 1.5 speed, I can finish it in like 14 hours. So that's manageable. This might just be the reason I failed my Goodreads challenge this year. But like I said, I'm not that pressed about completing this challenge. Like, I care more about having a good reading time than hitting that number. And Goblet of Fire is a good time, so I'm fine with this decision. I also started another book. So I asked some of my friends, what are your favorite books of the year that I haven't read yet? And I was thinking about doing a reading vlog of like, reading booktubers' favorite books. But then I decided that I don't actually want to read them all over the course of like a week because I really am a mood reader. And some of their recommendations are books that I really want to read, but they're more serious and emotional. And I don't want to read those this week because I'm just trying to read like fun books that I can get through fast to complete my Goodreads challenge. So I'm definitely going to read their recommendations eventually because I really trust my friends' recommendations. Like, I find a lot of good books through them, but I just want to read them when I'm in the right mood to read them. So last night I was in the mood to read Nevermore by Jessica Townsend. And this book was recommended to me by my friend Monica from She Might Be Monica. And she loved this first book and also the second book, which just came out like in October, I want to say. I ended up buying the ebook because it was a little bit cheaper. And also, I've just been in kind of a mood lately where I am overwhelmed by the amount of books I own. Like, the thought of moving house with all of my books is a nightmare. Like, it just, the idea gives me anxiety. So yeah, I've been buying a lot more digital books lately, like ebooks, audiobooks, and I haven't been including them in book hauls because I don't have like a physical copy, but maybe I should. Maybe I should be including my digital books in my book hauls. Anyways, Nevermore is the first book in a middle grade trilogy, I want to say. We follow a girl named Morrigan Crow who is cursed. She was born on a cursed day, and she is just blamed for pretty much anything bad that happens in this town, like from car accidents to heart attacks to bad weather. So her whole life, everyone has kind of stayed away from her. They don't really like her. They blame her for everything. And also, she's gonna die on her next birthday. So things aren't super great for Morrigan at the start of this book. But then she meets this man named Jupiter North, and he whisks her away to the magical land of Nevermore. And there she must go through these trials and prove herself in order to stay in Nevermore and stay alive. I'm only about 20% into this book, but I am already loving it so much. I love the writing. I think it's so well written. It kind of reminds me of J.K. Rowling's writing a little bit, like with a touch of whimsy, and just her sentences are so well put together. The world is super interesting, and I can't wait to learn more about it. And Jupiter North is already one of my favorite characters. Like, he is fantastic. He's very adventurous and a little bit silly. Like, he has a big personality. He's very eccentric. Like, he really reminds me of the Doctor, or like Hal from Howl's Moving Castle. And I know these are lofty comparisons, like Harry Potter, Doctor Who, Howl's Moving Castle, but so far this book is really giving me all of those vibes, and I'm loving it. Okay, this was definitely not the quick update that I had in mind, but I think I'm done talking now, so I'm gonna go read. I'm gonna try to finish Nevermore tonight. And also I want to get in my 3 hours of Goblet of Fire to stay on track with this monster. Why did I think this was a good idea? Hi! Happy Christmas Eve! Today is December 24th, and I have finished my 4th book? Skyward, Harry Potter, Nevermore. 3rd book? No, I'm behind, way behind. But I finished Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, and I really enjoyed this. The world was so creative and whimsical and interesting. Definite Harry Potter vibes, but less so with actual content and more so just like the feels, the atmosphere, the sense of wonder that you get when reading these books. Like, they are both middle grade novels about these lonely kids whose families don't really care about them, and they end up, getting whisked away to a magical world. Harry Potter goes to school, and in this book, Morrigan is participating in these trials to try to gain entrance to a school. But yeah, aside from some surface similarities, the real comparison is more about the heart and the feels of these books. I will definitely be continuing the series and reading the sequel, which is actually already out. It just came out last month, I think. Though everything I've seen online about this series says it's a trilogy, and after reading this first book, I feel like that can't be right. We set up so much stuff and such a cool world, and it feels like the story is bigger than 3 books, but I guess we'll see. These books are pretty big. They're like over 500 pages each, so that's actually why I'm not reading the second book immediately, because it's like almost 600 pages. I gotta read some slightly shorter books if I want to hit this goal, like between this and Goblet of of Fire, I'm just not making the best decisions. Speaking of Goblet of Fire, I'm about 4 hours into the audiobook so far. So like 17 hours to go, I guess. There's been like a lot of Quidditch so far. Like so much Quidditch. I forgot how long this World Cup section is. It's 4 hours long. I'm still in it. I'm at the end of it. I'm almost through. We're almost to Hogwarts. And I'm also going to be starting a new book to actually read, though not a physical book because I have it on ebook. So I'm going to be starting The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. And the main reason I picked this is because my friend Emma from Emma Books loves it. We were actually just at Universal together and she was listening to this audiobook as a reread and she only had like 5 minutes left and she kept talking about how she was tempted to just like finish her 5 minutes and then start it over from the beginning and jump into an immediate reread. And then she ended up doing that. And like, that is a huge selling point to me. Like when one of my friends whose reading tastes align with mine is rereading a book back to back, like, I know that I need to read that book too. And then I saw that the ebook was on sale for $1.99. And also, this is a Christmassy story, so it's perfect to read right now. It's kind of a retelling or reimagining of A Christmas Carol. So, like, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, these are the days to read this book, I feel like. So yeah, let's get to reading. Hi! Today is Monday, it is December 31st, and I've learned some lessons this week. Primarily that when it comes to reading and vlogging and writing, it's really a choose-to situation, for me at least. And this last week, I chose to focus on writing and reading. So I haven't been filming, but I have been reading, so I'm just gonna give you guys kind of a wrap up to close out this vlog. So first, I finished The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand, and I loved this. It's less of a retelling of A Christmas Carol and more of a story that like builds on the original mythology established in A Christmas Carol. And it also kind of reminded me of The Good Place. So imagine there's like this afterlife program that is run using A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens as like a guidebook for how to run this program. Every year they choose one person, one Scrooge, who is going to die soon, and they spend the year like researching this person and preparing for Christmas, where they give them their own production of A Christmas Carol. They're visited by the three ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future, and the whole goal of this is to see if we can like save them from themselves, from being a Scrooge, and set them on a different path. Our main character is a girl named Holly Chase who was one of these Scrooges. But she did not heed the warnings and she ended up dying, and at the start of this novel she has been dead for 5 years and she's been working as the ghost of Christmas past in this afterlife program. This year, the Scrooge that they're trying to save is this young, attractive guy, and some romance starts to brew between them, which of course causes a lot of complications because she's dead. She's the ghost of Christmas past. This book really got to me. Like, I am very attached to this book now. I'm actually kind of mad at this book, but not for any bad reasons. Like, I'm mad at how good it was, and I'm mad that it's over. And I'm kind of mad about the ending, I think. I don't know. I'm still processing the ending. It wasn't exactly what I wanted and had in mind, but it's a really good ending for the book and the story, so I don't know, still processing that ending. I did love it though. Like, I'm wavering on my rating, but it's like, is this a 4-star book, a 4.5, a 5-star book? I don't know exactly where I'm gonna fall yet. I think I need to reread this, which I definitely plan to do. Like, I would love to reread this every Christmas. I just had such a good time reading this. Like, it was exactly what I wanted to read on Christmas Eve. I was in the perfect mood for it, and I had a great time with this. Then I didn't actually read for like 3 days because I was all up in my feelings for Holly Chase. Like, I was still processing it. I still am. Holly Chase is definitely one of those books that sticks with you, or at least it did for me. And I don't know, I just wanted a little bit more time to like be with Holly Chase. Like, I wasn't ready to start a new book in a new world and be with new characters. I was still wanting to like linger in the world of Holly Chase. Like, I wouldn't call it a reading slump. It was more of just like a little mourning period. I did actually listen to Goblet of Fire during these 3 days. Like, I still maintained my goal of listening for a couple hours a day. But my general mood was just like, I don't really care about my Goodreads challenge anymore. Like, I'm not gonna make it, whatever. I'm not gonna stress myself out. I give up. So yeah, I essentially gave up on my Goodreads challenge and just spent a couple days focusing on writing. Which, by the way, I have been writing, and I'm really excited to update you guys on how revisions have been going. So that video is coming soon. So yeah, it wasn't until Saturday, December 29th, with like less than 3 days to go to complete my reading challenge, that I had a change of heart, and I was suddenly like, I have to complete this reading challenge. I have to do it. But there was like 2.5 days left in the year, and I still had 5 books to read to complete my challenge. So I turned to the wonderful world of comics. So I read volumes 5, 6, and 7 of Saga by Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan. Volume 5 was a reread for me, but I read volumes 6 and 7 for the first time. I adore this series so much. Like, Saga is one of my favorite things of all time across all mediums. It is just excellent. It is very adult, so I don't recommend it to younger readers or readers who are really sensitive to like graphic depictions of violence and sex and swearing and stuff. But if you're okay with those things, highly recommend it. I love this series, even though it really does hurt me, like, quite often. Then I reread Vicious by V.E. Schwab because I'd been meaning to reread it for a while. I wanted to reread this before reading the sequel that just came out this year. And also, I was invited to guest on a podcast talking about this book. I don't think the podcast episode will be out when this video goes out, but I will link it down below once it's live, and I'll also tweet it out, so follow me on Twitter. But yeah, I read this for the first time 5 years ago when it first came out, and I loved it then, and rereading it, I still loved it. I love these characters. I love the themes surrounding, like, who's a villain and who's a hero and how it's all subjective. I love the moral ambiguity of just about every character in this book. And yeah, now that this is fresh in my brain again, I am very excited to get to the sequel, which just came out a couple months ago. Vengeful by V.E. Schwab is probably gonna be my first read of 2019. I'm gonna start it tomorrow, I think, and I'm very excited about that. But before we get into 2019, it's still 2018. I still have like 12 hours to read one more book to hit my Goodreads challenge for this year. And I actually just read a 400-page manuscript last night, but it was a friend's book that isn't published yet. So like, it doesn't have a Goodreads page. I can't mark it on Goodreads and add it to my challenge, but I did read a 400-page book last night, and I feel like that counts. That counts for something. I completed my Goodreads challenge, okay? I did it. I won. Just not according to Goodreads. And like, I need to do something about that. I need to win my challenge on Goodreads. I just got Saga volumes 8 and 9. I ordered them as soon as I finished volume 7. I was like, I'm still behind. I need to continue catching up. So I just ordered these. They just arrived today. And I am going to be reading both of these tonight, right after I finish this. Actually, I'll film a clip of me finishing these and I'll insert that right here.
So I finished volume 8 and 9 just now, and I just what the fuck.
So yeah, catching up on Saga will put me at a grand total of 53 books for the year, according to Goodreads. But yeah, I think that is everything. That is it for my last reads of 2018 vlog / wrap up. I am so excited for 2019. I have so much fun stuff planned, and I just feel really good right now. Like, I completed my Goodreads challenge, and I'm still in like a good reading mood. I'm also in a really good writing mood right now. And as for vlogging, well, like I said earlier, it's the choose two situation, so. No, I do have videos coming in the new year, probably. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you had a wonderful reading year in 2018, and I will see you in the new year. It's already the new year, isn't it? Like, it's definitely January when this video goes up. Hopefully early January, but, I gotta go. Happy New Year, bye!